If you thought making money in GTA 5 Online was confusing, let me tell you right now, it's even more confusing to try and get rich in the world of GTA RP. There are stock markets, black markets, real estate markets, businesses that cost tens of millions of dollars just to buy and operate, and everybody you interact with is a real person, so anytime you're flipping a house or a car, you actually have to convince the other guy that he's getting his money's worth. This isn't just GTA 5 where you walk up to an NPC and press E to sell something. You need some negotiation skills if you want to make the big bucks in Grand RP. And then there's also the Seasonal Battle Pass, which brings its own set of unique challenges, daily tasks, and rewards. But all of this seems confusing only if you don't invest the time to learn and understand the various economic systems and what they actually do in Grand RP. And I understand that most of you watching this video simply don't have the time to commit to something like that, which is why I've decided to do the research for you, and I've created my personal daily money grind that I do every time I log into Grand RP. This is basically a list of the most time-efficient tasks that anybody can do to make tons of money, and you don't even need to buy anything for most of these. In fact, you'll probably be surprised by just how much stuff Grand RP hands out for free every single day, as well as every single hour. But before we get into all that, if you haven't joined Grand RP yet, sign up today by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment of this video, which will take you directly to Grand RP's official website, where you can register as a new player and download the game client. All you need is a name, an email, and a password. That's it. You're now ready to play the game. I also recommend English server number 1, as it's the most populated and it's also the one that I play on. Plus, if you're a member of English server number 1, you can join my family, the Hazard Gang, and get access to the family house, plus several high-end cars right from the start. As a bonus for signing up using my link, you'll also get a free cash reward, and you'll be able to choose one of 3 luxury sedans at the start of your Grand RP journey. These free cars are only available for a limited period time of 1 week, but by then you'll already have earned enough cash to buy your very own Mercedes or BMW on the server just by following the money-making tips that I'm about to provide. By the way, you don't actually have to downgrade to Legacy GTA 5 just to play RP. That's because Grand RP has been updated for expanded and enhanced as well, and I'm glad to report that not only does it look better than ever before, but it also runs better, so you'll get slightly more FPS even if you're on an older graphics card and processor combo. Alright then, it's time to talk about the very first thing that I do to make money in Grand RP every single day, and that's logging in. No, I'm not joking. That's literally all you need to do to make some money, because Grand RP has something called a daily login reward system where if you log in, you get a small amount of cash for that day. And if you log in consecutively for several days in a row, you'll get a nice bonus once you hit the 1 week mark, 2 week mark, 3 week mark, 1 month mark, and so on. Rewards start out with small, basic stuff like t-shirts and backpacks and go all the way up to a free car, which I believe you get if you log into Grand RP daily for a month straight. Next, we need to talk about daytime investments, because as soon as I log into Grand RP and spawn at my home, the first thing I do is take out my phone and open up the investments app. Here, you'll find 2 options: daytime investments and long-term investments. Daytime investments require no upfront cash investment. Instead, you have to play a certain number of hours, after which you'll get the money that was promised to you. So, for example, we've got the daytime investment option 1 right here, which pays out $10,000 for just 1 hour of gameplay. Then we've got investment option 2, which pays $25,000 for 2 hours of gameplay. Then investment option 3, which pays $40,000 for 3 hours. And I think this one's the sweet spot for most of you watching this video if you're serious about grinding cash in Grand RP. And don't forget, this is all passive, so you could be doing your jobs and running your businesses, or going on treasure hunts while your daytime investment matures in the background. As for long-term investments, these are way more expensive as they require a capital investment right from the start. So, for example, you have long-term investment option 3 right here, where you pay $1 million and 100 hours later, you get it back plus $150,000 as interest. And the more hours you spend, the more interest you make. So if you go all the way up to 500 hours in the long-term investment plan, you'll now get the same amount of money back that you spent. So by spending $1 million, you get back $1 million. But this will literally take a year, as you need to wait 500 hours for your investment to mature, which makes it a non-starter for new players. I mean, at this point, you probably don't even know if you'll play Grand RP that long, and that's why I recommend the daytime investments instead. They're free, they only require a couple hours of gameplay commitment, and you get your money back the very same day. Next, let's talk about stocks. You're probably familiar with the basics, like buy low and sell high, right? Which is really all you need to know in Grand RP as well, but it's worth remembering that over here, the stock market only lets you buy shares on weekdays, so Monday through Friday, and sell them on weekends, so Saturday and Sunday. And to participate in the stock market, all you have to do is visit this stock exchange right here in the middle of the Grand RP city map. Prices fluctuate daily, depending on the actions of the citizens in that server. So, for example, let's take a juice shop business that's on the exchange. If it gets robbed by a gang, or a rival opens up a similar shop in town and starts offering services at lower prices and snags up all the customers in the area, the share price for that juice shop business will fall down. And it's your job to predict which shares will rise and which ones will fall. But the typical price range for these is anywhere from $100 to $1,000, where 100 is the absolute floor and 1,000 is how high it can go. If you're not some kind of Wolf of Wall Street guru, the safest bet is to buy a company stock when its share price is absolutely cratered at $100, because you know it won't drop any lower. So even if it only goes up by 20 or 30% over the next week, you're still guaranteed to make a profit no matter what. For my next daily grind, I've got the seasonal battle pass, and at the time of me making this video, we're still on the winter battle pass, and it has several little rewards that you can earn, ranging from cash to outfits, video cards, RP tickets, scanners, grand points, and even vehicles. And in order to earn these rewards, all you have to do is complete your daily and weekly tasks and gain some XP. Each level is 10,000 points, and you earn 1,000 XP per hour of gameplay anyway, so even if you don't participate in the battle pass, you'll still earn a few rewards over the period of 1 or 2 months. And yes, there's a freeze here as well, which means you don't have to spend any money, but Grand RP does a promo event with the launch of every battle pass where you get 15 grand coins simply by playing 5 hours a day, and this goes on for 3 days, so you get 45 out of the 50 grand coins that you need to purchase the premium tier battle pass. This means that as long as you have a balance of at least 5 grand coins before each battle pass event, you can easily become a premium tier member simply by grinding the rest of the GC, which then gives you access to exclusive premium tier prizes like high quality medals, seasonal clothing items, chests, lockpicks, and more. And that's only one half of the battle pass, because each battle pass comes with its own set of unique daily and weekly tasks that you can complete to get additional XP rewards on top of your regular XP that you can gain just by logging in and playing Grand RP. And these tasks are often very simple here, like visiting a casino, drinking a few beers, fishing, crafting an item, farming a barrel of oil at the oil rig, etc. Dailies are tasks that anyone can do, and you're rewarded 2,500 XP for each daily task that you complete. Weeklies take slightly more effort, and these are slightly more complex with higher time requirements, but they also give you over twice the amount of XP that you get from daily tasks. So just by doing your dailies and weeklies, you can easily hit level 100 on the battle pass in no time and gain hundreds of thousands of dollars in exclusive rewards. Speaking of rewards, you also get collectible items called grand points and shards just for playing the game. These are different from grand coins, which are premium currency. Instead, think of shards and points as tier 2 currency because you can't use them to buy certain crates and battle passes, but you can still spend them to earn other types of rewards, which can then be sold for cash. So for example, you get 10 shards just for playing 1 hour of Grand RP, and this goes up to 20 if you have a Prime subscription. Let's assume you play 2 hours a day. That's 20 shards right there, and in 5 days, you'll have enough shards to open one of these 7 crates. Each crate can contain some seriously awesome prizes, including vehicles that have a state value of over $20 million, like the Coil TS1 for example. However, you probably won't get a car just by opening a few crates, but what you will get is a solid $500,000 cash reward for opening 10 crates in a row, along with some extra goodies inside of those crates like pants, jackets, masks, etc. My next daily money making method is a bit different from the rest as it's not exactly legal. I'm talking about car theft, and to do this, you're going to need a few things. First, a face tattoo, then you need the car thief skill, which can be purchased for $1.5 million. This is a significant investment, but you should have enough money after grinding for a few days if you followed all my tips thus far. Once you have the car thief skill, go ahead and steal a few cars to get it up to level 3, which is when you start making the maximum amount of money per vehicle. You also need a level 3 vehicle scanner from the illegal market, which costs $50,000, and what this does is find the location of a car that you could steal. Alternatively, you can also craft a level 4 scanner by yourself, which is the best kind of scanner, and you can do this by combining a level 1, level 2, and level 3 scanner with a virus USB stick and tracking sensor. Finally, you'll need a lockpick, which is used to bypass the vehicle security and break in so you can then drive away with your prize. Requests to steal cars can be found through the criminal network, and you can do it solo, although I recommend being a gang member or part of an unofficial family to start these if you want the highest chance of success. Now let's talk about office tasks. These are also an excellent way to make money every single day, especially when you're a low-level player, and that's because you don't need to purchase a business or invest any money to do these. First, you have to visit the stock exchange, which has a blue A icon, and it's right in the middle of Los Santos over here. Then you walk up to the NPC at the front desk and select I want to know more about the offices. If this doesn't make any sense, trust me, it will once you click on the option that says state offices. Here, you'll find a bunch of contracts listed by real players on the server, and these usually involve extremely easy tasks like go here and pick up some scrap metal or repair 2 cars. There will be multiple tasks within each contract, and once you do all of these, you'll get the full payout for that contract, which is around $60,000 total for doing all 6 jobs. But the true potential of office jobs is revealed once you purchase your very own office building. A level 1 office costs $5 million, but this isn't very useful as you can't contract other people to do jobs for you, which is where the real money making potential of this business lies. Instead, what you want is a level 3 office, which will cost an insane $50 million to set up, but once you have it, you'll make that money back within a couple of months. Easy. Like I said earlier, you'll make at least $1 million a day, and it's entirely passive because other players on the server are doing contracts for you. Reselling items is another excellent way to make money, and your inventory will constantly have random stuff like wires, video cards, scrap metals, crates, and whatnot just by doing jobs and participating in activities around the map. You can sell these at the beach market, or if you have a bunch of stuff in bulk, you can post an ad and directly contact buyers to strike a nice deal. The neat thing about reselling stuff is that there's no upper limit to what you can earn, and you can technically sell anything that is sellable, including houses, cars, and businesses. However, considering the complex nature of real estate and the massive amounts of money involved in buying a property, you're going to need a massive amount of capital as well as some negotiation skills if you want to flip cars or houses on the open market. Hourly treasures are another excellent way to make daily money in Grand RP, but these are time sensitive as they refresh every hour. All you have to do is open the treasure app on your phone and you'll see 3 different types of treasures: personal, common, and battle. Personal and common treasures are the easiest to get, while battle treasures, as the name indicates, will often end up in a battle where you have to fight a bunch of other people and the last man standing gets the container. With all of these, you have a common theme where the app shows you a photo of a location on your map and you have to find that place and visit it to search for the treasure. Inside, you can find valuable containers or sometimes even desert scarf containers, which are quite easy to sell on the beach market for over $100,000 each. But guys, that is all the Grand RP daily money making tips I have for this video guide here today. Let me know if you want a part 2 because I've got a few more tips on businesses and which skills you should buy that I think will prove quite helpful to those of you who are new to Grand RP. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next Grand RP video. Adios amigos.